Hi everyone and welcome back to the Bods. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You join me today for another collection reflection, and I was trying to work out which one to do this week, and I thought I'd show you where I actually go to look to sort of have an idea of my collection. So this is Brickset, and you have a collection analysis part. It's under the My Sets and Sets Analysis, and I normally head down to the percentage owned to sort of see which ones I've got quite a good amount of. So I've got all of Video, all of The Simpsons. I've done Elves already. I don't think Minions: The Rise of Gru is a big enough theme to do a collection reflection on. So I'm going to go for Creator Expert, because it turns out I have got 50% of all Creator Expert sets. So I was intrigued what counted as Creator Expert. I delved in a little bit, and it seems to be showing the modulars, the Winter Village, the Fairground, and then vehicles. And I was like, I don't think I've got many of the vehicles. As you can tell, I've got one. So I brought up all of the Creator Expert sets, and there are 36. Obviously now we have got icons, so we are literally looking just at Creator Expert here. So let's have a quick scoot through and see what I think of these and which ones I've got, which ones I don't have. So we've got the Horizon Express. This is a 2013 train. It's very orange. I am not really that into trains, although this is my sig fig torso here, so maybe I should be into this one. But it's just a train. It's orange. It's not all that exciting. You can't even see really into it to see if there's anyone on board, so it really does not float my boat or drive my train. I don't know. But then we're into the very first of the modulars here, labelled as Creator Expert. So I wonder what they were called before, because that's Palace Cinema. That's not the first modular at all. Maybe they were just Creator before then? I don't know. I will look into that in a second. But the Palace Cinema is a good one to start with. It's the one that comes with the red base plate. Only place you can get a red base plate, and we've in fact taken the red base plate off of ours because it seems a waste of a base plate. You never get to see it. I do like this one. I think we've actually got a couple of spares as well of that one. Ian used to buy them for me every Christmas or every New Year, and he wasn't very good at keeping track of which ones he'd bought and which ones he hadn't, because we always buy two. So I think we maybe ended up with 4 of Palace Cinema. Now the Sydney Opera House, I always wanted this. I think I've revisited some of the sets that I used to want after building the Taj Mahal. If you haven't seen my Taj Mahal review, I'll link it up now. But it essentially taught me that the big models, whilst they look impressive, they're not all that exciting to build. They're quite repetitive in places. And then once you've built them, there's nowhere to put them. And they don't fit in with the scale of your city. So, I mean, this, I can't imagine is minifigure scale. I don't know. Are these lampposts or are they railings? I'm not sure. But I have no interest in getting the Sydney Opera House. This is one of my favourite Winter Village sets. It's just so cool. And in fact, it's the Winter Village market, and I do love a market. I don't know, it just brings up quite a lot of variety in, and I'm super excited about the upcoming Ninjago City markets as well. Oh, the Maersk Line Triple E. This one's fun. During our first 72-hour live stream, this was one of the answers to the questions, and that resulted in some rather hilarious from me. So this one is memorable just for that. But I mean, it's not exciting to look at, is it? I do like that blue. I know that's a specific Maersk blue, and I can't imagine they're easy to find, those pieces. But they're all the same. And look at all the stickers that you had to put on to make the container ships. Yeah, I'm not interested. Parisian Restaurant, beautiful. Absolutely love this one. Wish it wasn't olive green though. Olive green is not my favourite, but it works with the sort of blue. Oh, the mixer. I really have to get the mixer at some point. I didn't want it because it came with the sort of car element to it, and I just thought it didn't look as cool as like the Ferris wheel and the roller coaster. But then I saw it like motorised, and it's super cool, and I really wish I'd known that, because I could have got it way back a lot easier than I can now. I keep an eye on the prices on eBay for these, but they're way more than I want to spend. I love this guy over here with the juggling. That's a good use of the sort of ice cream piece. I could recreate that for sure. But I just want this part. I'm sure we could take this part off of the base and motorise it on its own, but you have to buy the whole lot normally. You can't just get this. And I guess I could piece it together. I've looked at doing that in the past, but I'm not sure. I definitely want it though. Oh, the Mini Cooper. Now, I was trying to get hold of one of these for my aunt because she likes minis. And she said, oh, I think I might like Lego. And then I looked at the price and I was like, she can like Lego and she can get it herself because that's really expensive. But it is a good vehicle, but I have no need for these big cars. I do like it though. I prefer the little one that came with it, but I don't know. That's also quite expensive to pick up. Santa's Workshop, one of my least liked Winter Village sets, mainly because it falls apart quite easily and the angle of the set makes it quite hard to display. I find it really hard to get this into our Winter Village every time, but I do love this part, the little toy conveyor belt. I think it's quite cool. And you get quite a good variety of elves in this one. The Detective's Office is one of our favourite modulars, and I forget that the modulars used to come with these just generic faces. We've been spoilt in the more recent years of Lego modulars, so I'm kind of still very nostalgic about this. I still love it. If I was to buy it today, I would be disappointed by those faces. But I think my favourite part is probably the arch. I do love a little archway. Here's the Ferris wheel. In our city, we have changed the colours up, so we've got just 2 of each colour, and then we've added in blue, red and orange to make a rainbow effect. I always like a rainbow, so that's always exciting. And Ian also has demolished one of these supporting arms, which means it does occasionally fall apart, but it takes up a lot less real estate in our city, which is good. Ferrari. It's red. Apparently Ferraris are meant to be red. I heard that somewhere. It's big. It's not exciting. It seems quite blocky actually. I don't know if that's they've got better at doing some of these big cars, but yeah, it does not appeal in the slightest. So I'm never going to get 100% on this theme because I just don't care for some of them. The toy shop, this is the version... Is this the version we've got? No, this is the second release of the toy shop. So we've got the original one, which doesn't come with this little sign. It's just a plain sign. The minifigures' faces are different here. And this is red and blue as opposed to orange and blue. I don't know why they changed that specific element. Oh, and I don't think it has a helicopter. That's quite a cool little helicopter there. I might make that just because it's a fun build. The brick bank, not loved by many. And in fact, in this picture, this is white normally. It looks a bit tan, which is a bit strange. But once that second modular came out, the police station that had a throwback to the laundromat, it was much more desired. I do love these pieces here, the sort of ornateness above the window, but I got very frustrated with building this. There was a instruction that went the wrong way, and I thought it was just so irritating. I do kind of want Big Ben still. I don't know why. I think I just want to build them and then give them away, just like the Taj Mahal. This just looks really nice. Are those little minifig? They're like micro dolls? I think they might be. It looks nice, but it's notoriously hard to find and expensive. Little Volkswagen Beetle looks good. Lots of different number plates that you can have. But again, it's just not my thing. I don't need it at all. So we've got the train. I do like the train. Ours could do with a little bit of a engineering works because, my daughters have destroyed it this Christmas. But it also doesn't seem to run as smoothly as it used to. So it definitely needs some investigation. But it looks good going around the Winter Village. And I think it's much better than the tram that they included in this year's Winter Village set. It's a proper train. It's important. Assembly Square. Looks a very busy set actually from this view. I mean, it's slightly more sparse in our city because we don't have all the minifigures out there right now. But it is a good modular. And it's still on sale, despite the fact that it came out in 2017. So it's 2023 now. That's 6 years. That's craziness that that's still available. But I guess people love it. And again, you've got the simple faces. The carousel. I love the carousel, but there is some elements to it that really annoy me. And that is these pieces here, the little, are they elephant trunks maybe? They've got like little holes at the top, and some of them have it on one side and some of it have it on the other, but you don't get enough of them to hide the holes. It's a very specific criticism, but that's what bothers me. Also, I think Ian had quite a few issues trying to motorise this one and sort of lose this part so that it looks nicer. But he's done a good job, and it goes around in our city, and I'm happy to have that one. The London bus, it's a vehicle, but I have it because look, it's iconic and it's beautiful, and I do love this one. I really enjoyed building this one. I love the way it looks. It sits on top of the shelf just behind us when we're streaming. Now, the intention for this is to sort of take out some of the chairs and put in like a restaurant inside and have it in the city. I don't know if the scale is quite right, but that's what we're thinking of doing with it, and I'm quite excited to do that at some point, but it just seems to fall down the pecking list. But I've always thought the people who convert buses into things, like when they live in them or turn them into restaurants, it just seems like a really cool idea, so it's definitely on our list. Right, the Winter Village station. I love this little car. I think it's such a cute little car, and in fact my daughter always plays with it every Christmas. It's a good set. I think it has to be viewed sort of from this direction. It's not as pretty from the other side because it's obviously all open back, but it's good, and I need to get some more of these crossing details so we can have several crossings on our layout. But it's a key one. There's the Taj Mahal, as I mentioned earlier. It looks impressive, but it's really too big and too repetitive. I guess I should stick that it's in our list, or maybe we've got the recreate. I'll come back and click that one in a minute if we don't have it. Downtown Diner, Ian's least favourite, possibly after the corner garage, corner garage. But I actually, after I built this, I really love it. I love these lines, the clean lines around that window. It's just got some really good shapes in it, and it's amazing. The roller coaster, one of the first things I think we built on a live stream, possibly. We definitely built this up in the Lego room, and we haven't built in the Lego room for years, so I love it. I really do love it. I am sad that the more recent loop coaster has not lived up to it. Right, DB5, Aston Martin. I've got the small one. I like the small one. No interested in having this on. Definitely not. Apart from maybe to go, oh look, here's the big one, here's the little one, but I'm not buying it for that reason. So, Winter Village Station came with a little baby. Looks good. I do like this one. And I always feel it doesn't really go with the rest of the Winter Village sets because it's a very different shaped building. But that's because it's a fire station, not sort of a house. So I guess it works. And it looks good. The wind turbine was always one that I struggled whether to buy or not. And I just couldn't see. I thought it looked cool in people's cities when it's going round. But the whole bottom part just didn't seem worth it, and the price didn't seem worth it either. So we never picked that one up. And I don't think I regret it, so that's fine. Corner garage. I like this one. I don't like the colours, but I like some of the details upstairs. I think some of the shaping is quite nice. And the fact that there's a vet, but they don't do snakes, I think that's funny because they're Dr. Jones, and, you know, Indiana Jones doesn't do snakes. Right, what's this one? A Ford Mustang. I mean, it looks good, but it's not for me. So I won't be getting that. The Lunar Lander. Now, we don't really do space in our city. And if we did, I don't know where we would put it because this is massive. It's sort of minifig scale. And we would have to put it really, really far away from our city for it to look in perspective, I feel. Otherwise, it's just going to be completely wrong. So, yeah. Cool, but not for us. The Harley Davidson Fat Boy. Who knew they even did this? I feel like these bits need to look shinier. They're too like flat grey. I don't think they look metallic enough. But still, no interest. Gingerbread House. I think we've lost our baby, which is not good because that's our kid's favourite part. And the glitter bricks in the window is possibly my favourite part. And I also like the fact that it's Candy Lane. That always amuses me. But yeah, I'm happy to have that one in the collection. And the bookshop, I think a lot of people said the bookshop doesn't have enough books in it. But I feel people are being way too picky because, yes, there's only one printed book, Moby Brick, but there's loads of books that are on the shelves. You just can't tell what they are. So I think that was a bit of a over-criticism of that set. And I think it looks nice. Manchester United, Old Trafford. I'm not going to be adding this to my collection. I do not need a football stadium. And I guess the scale is also completely wrong as well to go in the city. So, yeah, it looks good for what it is, but it's not for me. More cars. Loads of cars. 2 Fiat 500s, in fact. 1 yellow and 1 blue. Which do I prefer? Possibly the blue, actually. It's quite nice. And I know the blue was not available in every country, so that might be quite irritating for some people. So looking at that, I need to go mark that I actually do have the Taj Mahal, because I do. And that will increase my percentage, I guess. But there is nothing on here, apart from the mixer, that I want. So we're going to go up by 1 more. So that would make it 19 out of 36. I'm happy to never complete this theme. I'm excited to see what icons continues bringing. I guess we can look at creator icons, the icons theme later on. But none of these that are left unticked are required, in my opinion, apart from that mixer. I will just go and look and see what theme the first modulars were under, because I'm intrigued by that. Advanced models theme, apparently, according to this. So there you go. And then, so there was 6 of them before they hit Creator Expert. And obviously now they are icons. I did not realise that icons had been around since 2021. I feel like maybe that's not actually the case. If we look at the box, I bet it doesn't say icons on the box. No, it doesn't say icons on the box, but it also doesn't say Creator Expert. So this is when they just rebranded to the 18 plus line. And so everything that was 18 plus has now been renamed icons. That makes sense. Okay, right. So that's my collection of Creator Expert done and dusted. Let me know what you thought of that list, whether you're surprised that we're not into cars. I don't think you should be surprised if you're a regular member of our channel. We do have one big car. Comment below if you know which one that is. I'll be interested to see if you've been paying attention. Also, if you want to see any other collection reflections, I'll link the collection reflection playlist at the end for you. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an update. See you later.